And a video talking about how the woman, the main character contracted, goes to a party, and then she meets this guy. They mess around, and she starts getting sick afterwards, slowly becoming a zombie. Now, this guy that infected her is kind of like this mad scientist slash government experiment. He injects himself with this plague type virus, which is similar to HIV, STD virus. However, it's a STD zombie virus. And more is explained on this guy in the second film of Contracted, which I like the fact that they explain more about him. This movie, I could only give it a 1.5 star rating. It was boring for the most part. And like I said, I only got a 2.5 star rating on Netflix. The storyline plot was simple, and in the end, you find out more about the guy a little bit, whom infected the woman. And the government's trying to find this guy because he's the source of the infection. Now on to Contracted Phase 2. Now, I give this film a 4.5 star rating. Contracted Phase 2 is way more interesting than the first film. In this one, the guy who messed around with the girl, another guy. This guy was a jerk. She thought he loved her, and he actually had a fiance, and he cheated on his fiance with this woman. So now this film is about that guy who has the infection, which slowly happens. And more is explained on the guy that originally was the source of the infection. They're trying to find this guy to stop further outbreak from happening. Slowly the guy who is now infected due to events that happened in the first film, he's slowly changing into a zombie. And this second film is way better than the first film. This film gets really good. However, the special effects for Contracted Phase 2 are just as sucky as the first film. That's one of my main beefs with this film, not allowing me to give it a full 4-star rating. And this one's far off from a 5-star rating. It's far off from a 5-star rating. I can't even give it that. But it's closer to a 5-star rating than the first film. First film was terrible. The second film is way more entertaining than the first film, and this second film had much better acting, in my opinion. Now the acting is far from perfect, but it's way better. It's decent, and yeah, it's a little boring during the beginning of this second film, but it gets really good for the most part. And when it gets good, it stays good. The last movie I'm going to review for today is called Gangs of the Dead, which is about two rival gangs trapped in a warehouse. After a drug deal goes bad, and they're stuck with these two cops that were going to bust them. So the two gangs, forced to work together to try to survive. And this virus is caused by meteors. And are also trapped in there with a reporter who's kind of a jerk. Also, the guy's just unbelievably a jerk in this film. This film, a lot of people call it terrible. But it's one of my favorite zombie movies. Gangs of the Dead has another name for it. It's Gangs of the Dead, aka Dead Rights. Dead Rights is the second name for this film. It has two different movie names: Gangs of the Dead and Dead Rights. I'll admit that the graphics and makeup effects aren't perfect for the zombies, and the blood and gore effects aren't perfect. But this movie is very entertaining, Gangs of the Dead, and I have to give it a 4.5-star rating. I enjoyed the acting. I enjoyed this film. I enjoyed the setting of the film. The setting of the film is creepy. This warehouse is creepy. My main two big beefs with this film is the zombie effects and the gore effects aren't done well. The storyline and the characters I love for this